students, this is the second video in which I am going to continue the story, The Last Lesson by Alphonse Daudet. Now, in the first part itself, I told you that the little boy Franz was in a hurry to reach the school. And when he was going towards the school, he saw many people standing in front of the bulletin board at town hall. And he didn't stop because he was already late to the school. When he entered the class, it was unusually quiet, and he noticed that his teacher was wearing the best dress, something that he used to wear at the time of supervision or at the time of prize distribution. Now, when he watched around, he also noticed so many people from the town, the grown-ups, sitting on the back benches of the class. And at that time, his teacher announced that that was their last lesson of French. So till here we had taken. And why it was the last lesson? Because Berlin, order was there from Berlin that only German will be taught in the school in Alsace and Lorraine. Now, I already told you that Prussia had defeated France. At that time, Prussia included Germany, Austria, Germany, Austria and Poland. Okay, and so there was an announcement that in these two cities, what will be taught? Instead of French, German will be taught. Now this came as a thunderclap to little Franz. What is a thunderclap? What is a thunderclap? Thunderclap is something which is unexpected and startling. Okay? Unexpected and startling. It was surprising. Why? Because Franz realized that was what was the notice put at the bulletin board. And now Franz felt very sorry. Because he didn't know, he hardly knew how to write French. And he will not get any opportunity to learn it anymore. He also realized it was the last lesson. And he felt very sorry why he didn't pay much attention earlier. Why he was searching the nest, the bird's eggs in the nest. Why he was sliding on the Saar, going to slide on the Saar. Saar is a river in the eastern France. Now, he always felt that his books were troublesome, so bulky, grammar, the history of sense, and now there will be nothing. And the second thing which troubled him, that he was not going to see his teacher M.Hamel any more. Okay? And that time he felt very bad. And that time he had forgotten his teacher's ruler and his cranky behavior. Cranky, his teacher was bad-tempered a little bit. Poor man. Now, it was in honor of this last lesson, so many grown-up from the village had come to the class. Now Franz realized what was the matter. Okay? Because even they were feeling bad. Yes? And that's why they were sitting there. Why? They had come to pay their respect to the teacher who had taught for 40 years. M.Hamel had taught for 40 years. Okay? And they had come to show their respect. Now, when Franz was thinking about all of this, he heard his name called out. It was his turn to recite what? Participles. And he didn't know a single word about them. So he didn't say anything. M.Hamel didn't, what he said, I will not scold you, little friends. You must feel bad yourself. See what had happened? When there was plenty of time to learn, you didn't. And that is now actually M.Hamel was very, you can imagine the plight of the teacher who had taught there for 40 years and he is being told to go away from there and stop doing what he has been doing for 40 years. How bad he must be feeling. So he tells along with that, that is the way, the great trouble with Alsa's, because she didn't learn from the lessons. When it was time to improve, when it was time to learn, she kept it putting off, postponing, and now that it has been captured. Okay. He said that when people will ask, you are a Frenchman and you are unable to read and write the language. You can neither speak nor write your language. How you will feel? It is pretense, no? If you are unable to speak your mother tongue and you are unable to write it. So he said, everyone has many things to reproach. Everyone had so many things to feel sad about. It always happens, isn't it? The time moves on, and it is later we realize we have missed so much. Same happened with Franz. And it is the age when you don't realize the importance. But Franz was young. What about the other one? Other people from their country? Had they realized that time was slipping by and they had no chance now to return back? You know? And if they claimed themselves to be French, did they remain French? No. Germany, Prussia had already occupied and they were no more French, though they claimed to be. And now even the language about which they were so proud was being snatched away from them. Now, he said that your parents were not anxious. It's not your fault. His teacher actually is reflecting loudly. He's talking loudly. It's not your fault. Even your parents were not very eager. Anxious, eager. Anxious, eager. Eager to make you learn. Because they used to send you for work on the farm or on the mills so that you could earn a little money. Okay? And he said, even I must be blamed. Why? Even I am at fault because even I used to ask you to go and water my plants instead of making you learn your lessons. So even the teacher is feeling sorry that why didn't he use every opportunity that he got only for teaching? Why he sent his students to do other works on other errands? So he is repenting. Then from one thing to another. Now I told you he's reflecting. He's very sad and he's reflecting loudly. And he talked about how French language was the most beautiful language in the world. Isn't it with everyone? We love our language. The language which we have heard from our very childhood. It sounds beautiful to our ear. Everyone. It is with everyone. So the teacher was saying the same. And he was asking them to guard it. To guard it. To guard it means to protect it. Okay? And never to forget it, because people can be enslaved if they give up their language. Enslaved, they can be made into slaves if they don't love and respect their language, and if they themselves forget it. Okay? So M.Hamel was talking about so many things that is important to us as well. We will see what else he said and how he concluded his last lesson in the third video of the story, where even I will conclude the story. Thank you.